Hey everybody, this is Oscar once again from the Side Hustle Playbook, and in this video we're going to go over what we needed to do to get our Vastex dryer back up and running. So if you want to see what it takes to get your exhaust fan replaced, stay tuned. Alright everybody, well, as you had seen in previous videos, we had some issues with our Vastex dryer back there, our little red. Exhaust issues where the fan just wouldn't get going. Very frustrating. Reached out to support. They went and sent us a new exhaust fan and capacitor. So basically we would need to get that swapped out. In the meantime, we are using our heat press, which does work, and it works just fine when it comes to curing. But with the multiple presses, getting the that pre-treat box was a little, one of those things that we have tried to stay away from. So now we got our part in. Again, Vastex support was very good, great and responsive when it came to our emails. Asked us a few questions. We kind of told them what we had done, what we tried to get it working again, and within a few days, we had the part in. I think it took maybe 4 days to receive it, just because we're, I think, on different points of the country. But again, very happy with their service, with their support. That being said, when it comes to these type of devices, these types of machines, if you're not an expert, or you might need an expert when it comes to replacement of parts. So I know with everyone kind of getting more and more into starting their own businesses, just be aware of that. Some things might be where you can work on them yourself. Other things you might not be as comfortable with. In my case, with this bad boy, when it came to the electrical, I'm not 100% comfortable with that, so I did need to get a electrician to come out and help me, and for them it was pretty easy work. But let me just kind of show you what we ran into. There was a part where we did have to stop, and I'll show you why right now. All right, so here's the original basic capacitor in the fan. You can see here we had a the two black wires here, and then on the fan we had a green, a blue, black, and a brown, right? So those are the colors. So when our electrician first got here, we looked at the part that they sent us, and right away I knew there was a small problem in that the wiring configuration was different coming out from the new fan, and also the capacitor. But the capacitor wasn't as big of a deal because you could just kind of match where it goes. But the capacitor with the parts that we got were both red, and then it's hard to see now because they're taped up. But there was a red wire from the fan, a yellow, and a blue. So different color scheme. They still left the black one for ground, so that wasn't too bad. But of course, him being a professional, he's like, hey, you know what? Can we get ask Vastex to send you a wiring diagram just to make sure we're plugging in each one where it needs to go. Again, Vastex was great. They quickly sent me an email back and kind of gave me the instructions on what wire went where. So after that, electrician came back out. So this did delay us like about a day or two, in the sense of me having to get the reply and then scheduling out the electrician to come back out again. But everything got powered back up right there. We did a quick test just to make sure we were good there, but let's go ahead and turn it on full. I'm going to put this lid back on, screw everything in, and then we'll get it up to temperature just to see how it sounds. right there, so now we have power back on. Everything's been bolted down. So let's go ahead and get this thing powered back up. Ideally, if everything's working good like it was earlier with this new exhaust fan, it should be a much louder. In the past, like I said, when it was down, it was barely spinning, couldn't even hear anything. So let's go ahead and power this sucker on. There we go. So you can see everything's powering them back up. If we want to turn the belt, we don't need to turn the heater on at this point, but getting some good exhaust here. Much better. Yeah, very happy there. Very happy to be back online with this thing. All right, guys. Well, yep. Extremely happy to be back online with that Vastex dryer back there. I know, a lot of you guys have gone through this before. Really makes you appreciate your equipment once it's back up and running again. We were able to continue production. Business hasn't been as good as it has been in the past for us as far as us printing in, here on site. But doing the heat press is great. It works fine. Again, for me, depending on the color shirt, things like that, I tend to get the pre-treat box from time to time, especially on those grays, those lighter grays, charcoals, where with the Vastex, once I put them through there, it would give me better results. So happy to have it back up. We'll hopefully start getting some more orders here that we can really put it to good use. But again, just as not necessarily a warning, but just be aware that when any of these type of machines, whether it's a DTG machine, a dryer, your heat press, things like that, these are, machines that if they go down, might require a little bit of expertise. You're going to have to get your hands dirty a little bit. You're going to have to be comfortable with that. Again, for that, because voltage and electricity, I'm not big on that. So I just decided to have an electrician come out, that's a cost, extra cost. And then especially that I had to have him come back out because we didn't have a wiring diagram or anything like that. So if you ever get in anything where you're replacing anything electrical, always ask your vendor for a wiring diagram, just so you have the right wiring configuration. In most cases, I think usually you'll get the wiring is going to be identical, so it's usually a 1-for-1 swap. But for some reason here with the new fan, and you also saw it was a new capacitor, the wiring scheme was just the coloring was different. The wire's doing exactly the same thing, but an electrician's going to want to be more on the safe side and make sure that they're doing it right. So he just wanted to make sure, hey, this is really lining up to this color now is this. So just be aware of that. But other than that, I hope everyone's doing great. I hope that you find this video helpful, and let me know what you guys think of your Vastex dryer if you have one. I've been, happy with it, other than that one, other than this. But overall, we've been happy with it. And again, the support was good. It was good. It's just, I think in this industry, you just have to be, aware that, or when you buy this expensive equipment, make sure you understand what the support is and what that entails. Again, great support, but it's not on-site support. So it means it's, they'll get me the parts, they'll get me what I need, but it's going to be up to me to replace those. So hope you guys have a great one, and we'll see you on the next episode.